too.
Hello and happy Friday, everyone. I'm Carly. This is Zoo to You Virtual Safari. Today we are in Giraffe Meadow with a very special guest, our Vietnamese pot-bellied pig, Charlie. We know we have a lot of Charlie fans. He is an ambassador animal, so you might have seen him in demos or around the zoo or in his habitat over in our Central Ranges exhibit. So we're really excited to get to know Charlie a little bit better today and take him on a walk. We're actually going to get really up close to him, kind of feed him and let him enjoy the meadow today. So we'll take your questions. Just let us know you're watching. Say hello. It's May 1st. We made it through April, everyone. We're really excited to start a new month. It's Friday, so beautiful day. A lot of reasons to have a really good time with us today. Teresa says, hi, Charlie. Hi, Amanda, for tuning in. So just for clarification, I'm Carly. Pig is Charlie. So make sure you're being clear. If you say Charlie's a big fat pig, please don't forget the H, because that will hurt my feelings. So hi, Russ. Hi, Heather. Let's see. Okay, let's go over. So this is Christina. She'll be walking and training Charlie, and Kelsey will be answering your questions. Now, Charlie is an ambassador animal, but we are taking care of him in the Central Ranges habitat, and because of our new social distancing guidelines, some different keepers are taking care of him. So they're not exactly the Charlie experts, but they certainly know him and can answer your questions. So hi, everyone. First question from Teresa. How old is Charlie?
Charlie is 5 years old.
Charlie is 5 and he'll be 6 in July. Ollie and Theo are from Denver. They say hello and they love Denver Zoo. Abby says, I've never met him, but I love him already.
Right? It's pretty lovable.
Teresa's wondering what it means that Charlie's an ambassador animal and why he is one and not just a regular kind of on exhibit animal.
Right, so ambassador animals basically are animals that we can bring out so the public can get close to them, learn more about them. And Charlie shows off just how smart pigs are. So he's gonna sit right now like a good boy. So pigs are really intelligent. So when we had our stage, he would do weaving between poles, all the things that the dog could do, pretty much Charlie could do.
And someone's wondering, does he wag his tail when he's happy?
Yes, it is very similar to a dog. So when he's happy, he does wag his tail.
Ivy is 9 and her siblings, Lily and Janae, are also watching. Hi, guys. How much does he weigh?
Oh, goodness. Well, they can weigh up to 200 pounds. Charlie, I don't think is quite there. We haven't weighed him recently, so Ambassadors was probably the last one to weigh him. So like I said, we're kind of like the grandparents. We get to spoil him. But
yes, Charlie's staying with the grandparents, so they can tell you general facts about their grandkids, but won't tell you when the last time they went to the doctor was. Lily and Janae are wondering, is he fast?
So pigs can be pretty darn fast. They can't really outrun a person. At least I haven't been outrun by a pig this size. But you would have to trot after him to keep up.
Yes, he can kind of get a good clip there going. We're going to follow him right now. Matt is wondering, does he like belly rubs?
Oh, he loves belly rubs. So usually you could start rubbing him on his side and I call it falling over. He just kind of flops over on his side and you get to rub his belly, and yeah, pigs will go to sleep. He loves it. He won't do it out here on the walk though. There's too much stimulation, but in his house he will.
Abby's wondering what the lifespan for a Vietnamese pot-bellied pig is.
They're around 10 to 15 years, although they can get up to 20. And this is a domestic species, so you won't see a wild pot-bellied pig in the wild. So they were bred to be a meat pig. But nowadays they're mostly kept for companionship, so a pet just like you would your dog.
What does Charlie like to eat? He's getting some treats while Christina trains him.
Oh, he loves to eat just about everything. So he has a wild herbivore, which is a pelleted diet. Come here, come give him a snoot. Give her a snoot. Oh. You are the best baby boy. Yeah, that's right. So he gets some wild herbivore. He gets fruits and veggies and greens. We try to vary what kind of fruits and veggies he gets every day. He is not a fan of bell pepper. He will not take a bell pepper out on a walk. He'll eat it if it's in his house. But he loves grapes. That's a big favorite. Pretty much any of his fruit portion of his diet.
How much do we feed him every day?
Oh, so yeah, the thing with pigs are they can get overweight pretty darn easily. So he does have a very careful diet. So if you look at this container here, yeah, this is your food container, huh? We about fill that about halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way, huh? Aww. Yeah, no, the food's over there now. So yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot for a big pig, but they're really efficient and they put on weight real fast. So he's at a good weight right now. You can see his little svelte. He's got hips. That's about where you want him to be.
And Matt has weighed in, literally. He says Charlie was 156 pounds.
Oh, good job. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you,
Random Matt citizen.
I don't know if you meant this as a pun, Deb, but she says he's such a ham.
I think, quite frankly, I think that's where the origin of the word comes from, because all the pigs I know are total hams, except for the ones that, want to eat you. It goes either way.
Sammy's wondering if he's gotten to visit any other animals on these walks and what his reaction is to seeing animals like our pea horses, our Przewalski horses that live over there, or maybe our other hoofstock animals.
Yeah, so pigs do not have a great sense of vision, so he probably smells them. He rarely acknowledges them. He's more interested in the smells in the planters, things like that. But the animals we pass by are really interested in him. So our gibbons at Toyota Elephant Passage, they love watching him. Our Somali wild asses love watching him. They'll follow him as they walk by. So most animals notice him. He kind of doesn't care. He's just happy to be out getting food, sniffing new things, and can't really see very far.
Let's see. Lucas would like to know why his gate is always open when he's in his area. Talk about the access we give Charlie.
Yeah, so that front area is technically his exhibit area. So the back is another outdoor area before going into his stall. So he's got indoor and outdoor access. So when that gate is open, that means it's usually cooler, or it was maybe a little too cold for him, or maybe a little too hot. So that way he can go into his house if he wants to.
And how long can he handle the heat? It's a pretty warm day here in Denver. How long will he want to stay outside?
He loves to lay in the sun, so he'll lay out there for quite a while. I haven't timed him, but yeah, we are happy that he has the opportunity to come inside and cool down if he wants, and he's really good at thermoregulating himself. And we also give him wallows during the summer, and he loves to roll in the mud and cool off naturally that way.
And where we are right now is pretty nicely shaded, so it's really not too hot for him. Lori's wondering, what do the tigers or the lions do when they see Charlie?
Ooh, that might be a better ambassador question, because we haven't walked him that far yet. Oh yeah, Predator Ridge. Yeah, the lions love.
Yeah, the lions perk up, and we just have to remind them, this is Charlie, our friend, not Charlie, our food. So he's going to come with us. Alexis is wondering, on behalf of her daughter, Phoebe, what is his favorite enrichment item or toy? How, you want to give a little snoop?
The answer is pretty much anything with food in it. So we, since he is very smart, we always give his food in some sort of enrichment. So something he has to kind of problem solve, think about, make him forage a little bit so he, keeps his trim figure.
He really wants to eat this bone. I don't think it would taste very good. No. Mackenzie's wondering if he likes to swim. Can he swim?
Ooh, we have not taken him anywhere where he could swim. Yeah, the pigs aren't really big swimmers. They like wallows, so they like more mud. So like kind of liquidy mud. It's got to be the right mixture, but they'd rather roll in that than actually swim.
Yes. So what other questions do you all have about Charlie? We answered some of his, questions about what he likes to eat, and he likes to play with any food that he gets. How good is his nose? You said he's got a pretty strong sense of smell.
Pigs have an excellent sense of smell. In fact, they're used over in Europe to dig up truffles. Which are very valuable, and pigs have such a good sense of smell that they can actually smell them under the ground, and then they use their noses to root up the truffles. And that's what a pig in the wild would do, is they use their really powerful noses to dig up roots and veggies. So in order to find them, they have to have that really good sense of smell.
Hi, Angelin. Charlie is 5. He'll be 6 in July. And Brianna, he weighs 156 pounds. So he's getting a little bit of a walk there. We're in Giraffe Meadow. Charlie is an ambassador animal for us. He is a Vietnamese pot-bellied pig. We've seen a very close-up of his mouth. So tell us what his tusks and teeth help him do.
So his tusks, mainly that is for battling other other males. He can also use it to dig up roots and things like that. And then his teeth, they're fairly flat as well, so they're meant for grinding. So they'll eat just about anything. So they eat grasses, they'll eat nuts and fruits and things that they find.
Do we have to file his tusks?
No, the only reason to file the tusk is if he was maybe aggressive, so it wouldn't like poke us. But in a friendly pig, there's no reason to file his tusks, and actually can be kind of painful.
Does he get baths? Michelle wants to know.
No, he does not get baths. In fact, pigs prefer to stay a little bit muddy, especially during the summer, keeps them cool. And they're actually really good about hygiene. So Charlie will not go to the bathroom in his stall. He actually walks from his stall all the way to the very, very, very front of his exhibit to go to the bathroom. And he very rarely goes anywhere closer to his stall. So they're actually very clean animals, except for the mud, which to them is clean. And that helps keep them cool.
I've heard that the pigsty, messy pig, pig pen, that's sort of a misnomer and an unfair characterization.
Yeah,
because Charlie's a clean boy. He is smiling. He says, "Yep, I'm a neat guy."
Yeah, that's more a reflection of bad keeping practices, you know, where farmers would just keep a bunch of pigs in a tight, small area. That they can be more aggressive, and of course they can't get away from their own poops. So it's more a reflection of bad husbandry practices.
Rachel's wondering if Charlie will ever get a breeding mate or a companion animal.
No, he is neutered, so no breeding for him. From a companion standpoint, again, we're the grandparents, so I kind of doubt ambassadors will get another one for him because he goes out on walks a lot. He gets a lot of interaction from the staff. So I don't think they'll be bringing a companion for him.
And I believe we answered one of these questions in the teaser post earlier today that Vietnamese pot-bellied pigs have strong personalities, and Charlie has shown that he just likes his own space. And so he doesn't really need a pal or a companion. We've tried it, but
yeah, we've
not
had
for
him along fence lines with other animals, and he just doesn't really seem to care.
Becca says this is her first time tuning in for a live, so we're happy you're here and happy you're learning a little bit about Charlie. Does he bite? Ivy's wondering.
I mean, any animal can bite, but Charlie, he knows us. As you can see, we can hand feed him. He waits patiently for us to put the food in his mouth. So yeah, he has no reason to bite us.
No reason to bite. He's a sweet boy.
He's a good boy.
Harper and Wyatt want to know what he does for fun.
For fun. He loves playing with his enrichment toys. He does love going on walks. He does love getting belly rubs. That's probably his most fun thing. And wallowing. He loves sitting out in the sun and hanging out in his wallow.
Luke's wondering why they're black. Why his hair is black.
Ooh, good question. I don't know. But, so pigs, different breeds of pig have different colors. I believe there are actually other colors of pot-bellied pig.
Get white.
Yeah, it's kind of like people's hair. Some people have red hair, some have blonde. So in pot-bellied pigs, they do have quite a bit of variety.
It's just a difference in color. I hope that helps you there. There was another really good question. Abby says she can see why people would want to have one as a pet. Ethan's wondering how good his hearing is. We know sense of smell is really good, sight not so good. What about the hearing?
His hearing's pretty good. It's not his dominant sense. That nose is definitely dominant. So he doesn't really react to much noise.
Although, I do have to step in and say, he's like the dog opening the bag of Cheetos in the other room.
That is true.
Where he I don't know where he is on exhibit, but if we start messing with his lock, he comes in running.
That is true.
He definitely hears what he wants to hear.
Selectively good hearing.
Exactly. If we're telling him, Charlie, come over here, and he doesn't want to, then he doesn't hear it.
Yeah.
I bet some parents can relate to selective hearing. That, you know, when you're, or dog owners, you know, it's like, oh, well, you're calling them, but it's when you shake the dog treat box.
Yep.
That's when they come running. Deb says she thinks Charlie would love a phone for enrichment. Charlie's only 5. He's not ready for a phone.
Yeah, that's a little young. I mean, maybe we'll wait until he's a teenager. You know, he can have a little more responsibility.
So tell us about, Christina's holding a target trainer.
Yes.
Kind of what is the purpose of that, and how do we work with Charlie on that?
Yeah, so that's his target stick. So basically he's trained to touch his nose to it. So it's really useful when we're out on walks if he starts getting distracted or trying to dig up a bush that one of our horticulturists have planted. We can show him the buoy and get him to walk away from it. He touches it with his nose, we click, give him a treat, and he's moved on. So it's great to kind of distract him from being a destructive pig.
Ethan's wondering what his predators are. He doesn't have any because he was bred to be a domestic animal.
Exactly. So yeah, this is not built for speed or... So if you look at wild pig species, they're a lot more svelte. They usually have longer legs. They're more built for fleeing predators. This variety, it's a Vietnamese pot-bellied pigs, and they were bred to be compact meat animals. So now we have much bigger pigs that we use for our meat, and these smaller pigs that are now mainly kept as pets.
Now again, these are not the kind of full-time keepers for Charlie, but do you all know how long he's been at Denver Zoo, or if he was born here?
Matt, look it up on chat.
If Citizen Matt.
Well, I have been here for 3 years, coming up 4. So he's been here at least that long. So if he's 5, then we must have gotten him pretty young. And I imagine we would have to be able to get him used to everything and training him.
Does he prefer warm weather or cold weather?
He
or is he
prefers
more moderate?
warm weather. Yeah, he loves going out in the sun.
He hates going out in the cold to potty.
Yeah,
Again,
since
he doesn't potty in the house.
Since he doesn't potty in his stall, we have to take him outside. And sometimes we have to bribe him with food to come out in the cold so he can go potty. Otherwise, he won't. So he definitely does not like snow. So yeah, he's a warm weather kind of guy.
So this is his season.
This is his season.
This is Charlie's season.
He's spending pretty much his entire time outside now, whereas during the winter, he's usually in his giant hay pile, so you can only see a little bit of his back or his nose.
Stephanie from Ambassadors, thank you. She says he was not born here. We've had him since he was 6 months old. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie.
We appreciate the help. Wesley wants to know why his tail wags so fast.
So fast? I don't know if it's fast or slow, but he does wag it when he's excited or happy. Very similar to a dog.
Yeah, just kind of swings there.
Look at that cute little tail.
It might hypnotize you if you watch too long. Abby says if she had a bigger backyard, she would really want a pet pig. She thinks they're awesome. This is one of the few animals we have that wouldn't be the worst pet to have.
Exactly.
A lot of our animals we do not recommend trying to ever domesticate.
This is one of the few because it's already domesticated. But pigs do have very strong personalities, so it very much depends on the pig, on the age you get it, how you train it, because they are just like dogs in their trainability. You can potty train them, they'll go in and out of dog doors, but there have been instances of people where the pig gets too pushy and the dogs don't like it, and then the dogs act aggressively. So with very careful thought and management, it could be possible, but definitely research what you're getting into. Especially if you're looking into a teacup pig, that phase is kind of past. But most teacup pigs are not actually teacup pigs, and they'll grow to a giant pig size.
Yes.
So that was not a very great time for the pigs. A lot of pigs ended up at rescues.
Stephanie's also says that Charlie was raised with 2 dogs, so that's also why he's very into wagging his tail.
Stephanie, are you here today? You come to the giraffe meadow.
Megan's wondering, has Charlie enjoyed walking around the zoo? Does he like this?
Yes.
Do we do this when we have visitors here?
Yes. Yeah. Ambassadors will walk him around when there's visitors here. We are taking more opportunity of no visitors here, mainly for other animals who kind of want to see someone out and about. So we like to take him over by primates mainly, because the primates enjoy watching him and looking at him, and all the other animals enjoy seeing him go by. He just enjoys new smells and exercise.
Yeah, he's really enjoying kind of sniffing out who's been here. It's mostly geese and keepers. So, I think that's one of the biggest not maybe deficit's not the right word, but things that our animals are missing are those new smells.
Yes.
We know that Tundra, our grizzly, she has really good sense of smell and really isn't getting any new ones without guests being here every day.
Yeah, so you know, the keepers are trying to make up for it as best they can, so they give her different perfumes and different scents and herbs and things like that. But yeah, there's just that extra variety, and especially for the visually oriented animals, you know, what colors are people wearing? Are they wearing flashy things? You know, do they make sound when they walk? You know, there's just so much variability when the public is here.
Our animals can't wait to smell you when you return, guests. We can't wait. Stephanie says she's not here today. She's just happy you all are taking such good care of Charlie for her. So I'll take a couple more questions. Everyone seems to be really enjoying just watching Charlie have his snacks.
No, I could watch him all day.
He is really fun to watch. His little nose is just so... It's like got its own little muscles in there.
Yeah, it's very muscular. So that's actually a pretty solid ridge. So I like to kind of like pet it there because you'll push back against it with that little ridge right there. And that's what they would use to dig up dirt. So it's very, very strong. It's like a little shovel.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that nose action.
The ground, we're a little softer. We haven't had too much moisture here.
Oh, it doesn't even have to be soft. He's dug up his backyard. We have to keep filling in holes.
Hi, Ethan. Charlie is 156 pounds, and I can't estimate like how tall or long he is, but
Christina's short, so I'm 5'4".
so there you go. There's some perspective.
So, mid-size,
but he is
5'4" person.
He is big. So yes, he is. And again, that's Charlie the pig, not Carly the human behind the camera. Megan's asking, can the keeper call him a good boy and boop his nose for me?
Okay. Here, Charlie. Charlie. Hey, Charlie. Here. Here. Good boy. There you go, boo. That's a good boo.
You can hear him snoot at you.
I heard the snoot. It was adorable.
There you go, Megan. That was just for you. Diane, he weighs 156 pounds. Will he get bigger? They can get up to 200 pounds, but is this a good weight for him?
Yes, this is a good weight. So basically, more important than actual number weight is body condition. And we tell that by, it's different on each animal, but can we feel the spine? Can we feel or see the ribs? In a pig, they're pretty dense and they have thick skin. So what you're looking for is just a little bit of indentation in his, right in here in his thighs, not thighs, right in here. This little loop right there, that's a good weight. So if he was more flat, he'd be a little bit over. If it was too much, he'd be a little bit under, and we'd increase or decrease his diet accordingly.
We think Charlie is perfect.
He's pretty svelte right now.
Hi Lisa, he does make noise, his little snoot. There you go. As he kind of snorts, you'll hear a little vocalization. Does he make any other noises?
Yeah, he got mad at something in the yard. I don't know if it was a goose or what, but it's this like high-pitched almost growl. And that's kind of like, I don't like you, go away. And so usually it's directed at some other animal that's in his exhibit.
So that's why you're not hearing that sound. He's having a great time out here right now.
Exactly. So yeah, pigs will have those little happy, contented kind of like soft grunts. That's a happy pig. And then visitors who have seen us when we're open and it's getting near time for Charlie to go in and get his dinner, he does squeal. And that's pretty, oh my gosh. Rub that belly.
Well, Christine, you're rubbing him. How would you describe how he feels? Lucas wants to know.
His belly is squishy, and his fur is really wiry.
Really wiry. So he's not soft.
No, his fur is really wiry, but his tummy's really soft. His upper back here is...
You can see the mud's like caked on his skin there from the wallowing. That helps him regulate that temperature.
So, and his ears are soft.
And also it's kind of like a sunscreen as well, because pigs, especially if he was a lighter colored pig, they can actually get sunburns. So if you have like a light colored pig, you have to actually give him sunscreen. And sometimes they do put sunscreen on him, but his coat's really looking nice right now. So
yeah,
it's blocking most of those rays.
Well, I think we're just about ready to take Charlie back to the habitat. He's enjoyed a really nice walk here in Giraffe Meadows. Loved the attention from you all, the great questions, the chance to say hello with his own little snoot. Let's see if he'll give us one more. Charlie.
He's like, I think I left food.
Oh, there you go. That's a great little snoot to end it on. We appreciate everyone who donated. tuned in, watched. This is the last virtual safari for the week. We will be back on Monday with a very fan favorite animal, so you'll have to look at our Facebook and Instagram on the morning on Monday to see who we're featuring in our next virtual safari. But thank you so much to Christina. Thank you to Charlie. And thank you to Kelsey, who answered your questions and made sure Charlie had a really great time here in the meadow. We appreciate you all. And if you missed any of this, we will put this up on our YouTube page and our website so you can watch it all in full. Thanks so much, Deb. We'll see you next week.